Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. Jag here. In today's class, we're going to continue with our Math 10-11 content. And what we're going to cover today is going to be more content on the sine law. So with that, let's get started. Okay, so here we are with the sine law. Again, I put Math 10-11 because in grade 11, you will be covering sine law and cosine law one more time within the trigonometry unit. Okay, so make sure you do remember the concepts. Okay, so let's try this example here. So this is a quick review. Okay, so I'm going to give you some values. This is triangle A, B, and C. Okay, B is given as 71 degrees. Angle C is 53 degrees. Okay, I'm looking for side A. And I'm given 4 centimeters. Okay, so again, remember to label this. If this is angle A or angle B, right across from there is going to be side B. Okay, this is the sine law. I'm going to write out the formula. However, because we're just using some ratios, it's all right if you don't actually want to write the formula out before you substitute your values inside. Okay, so I put all the sides on the top here. So A, B, and C represent the sides, the corresponding sides of the triangle. Okay, and the capital letters represent the corresponding angles within our triangle. All right, so what we're going to do first, I like numbering it down. We're going to solve for angle A. Okay, as you notice, I do need to have angle A, okay, in order to solve for side A. And notice when you use the sine law, I have to have the angle along with the corresponding side, okay, just like in this case. So when you're solving for angle A, first off, we're just going to do 180 minus 71 and then minus 53, okay? So maybe let's write on the bottom. I'm going to show my work here as I subtract the values, okay? Which is equal to 56 degrees. This is angle A right here, okay? So maybe we'll just write it in. So 56 degrees. And now I'm going to use the sine law for my ratio here, okay? So I have side B, which is 4. Let's put sine law here. Okay, so side B is 4 centimeters divided by sine of B, which is 71 degrees. Does everyone see that? So we're doing this side divided by the angle, the sine of angle B, okay? And we're going to make that equal to, we're looking for side A over sine of angle A, which is 56. Okay, so what we want to do here is just cross multiply. And again, when I say cross multiply, I mean we're just going to multiply these two values here. Okay, everyone can see that. So we're doing 4 times sine 56 divided by sine 71. Okay, and then what you're going to do is just substitute that into your calculator. Don't forget to press the sine, okay, button on your calculator. And for this question, it says find the length of the indicated side in each triangle to the nearest unit. Okay, so what we're getting here is basically like 3.51. Okay, and then I want to just round that to 4 centimeters. Okay, and that's what side A is here. It's also 4 centimeters. Okay, so I noticed that this can be maybe an isosceles triangle here as the two sides are 4 centimeters. Okay, you could do the sine law maybe one more time here. And I can also solve for, this is big C. Right across from there, this is small c. Okay, and I can also use the sine law in order to solve for that side. So let's try it for this one. Just adding a little bit of extra work. Okay, we're going to solve for side C here. I want to use the same ratio. Okay, always use the sides and angles that are given in the question. So I want to use side B and angle B here. Okay, so 4 divided by sine 71. Okay, which again are the two values given to me in the question. And it equals to side C divided by sine of angle C. And angle C here is 53 degrees. Okay, is everyone good so far? And then what we're going to do again is just cross multiply here. So I want to do C equals, we're going to do 4 times sine 53. Okay, and then you are basically dividing it by this third side. So I want to divide it by sine 71 degrees. Okay, what's really important in trig is that you're able to just like punch in the numbers into your calculator. Okay, that's actually really important. And we're going to divide it. Oh, sorry. So sine 53. Yeah, and then we'll divide it by sine of 71. Okay, make sure your calculator is in the degrees mode, okay, when you're finding the number and the value here. Okay, so we're getting 3 points. I'll write down what we have here. So 3.38. Okay. But when I round it to the nearest centimeter, we're just going to put 3 centimeters. Okay, so just like this. So notice again, it's just some simple ratios, okay, that we're using here. And then you're just cross multiplying to find the value, okay, of your answer. So we're basically dividing it by sine 71, okay, for both of the answers we did here. Are there any questions? Okay, that looks good. Let's try maybe one more example here. Let's go to the next question. Okay, so in the first example, we did have to solve for the angle. Okay, which might not always be the case. Okay, so let's try this triangle. It's also an ABC triangle. Again, it doesn't have to be an ABC triangle. Okay, the teacher can try and trick you. Okay, by just changing around like the letters. Okay, so I have some values given here. This is 2.5 centimeters. I'm looking for side A here. Okay. And so again, remember this is angle B. And right across from there, this is side B. Okay, so if you're doing questions online or from the textbook, you notice all of these labels won't be there for you. Okay, so I should be labeling all the sides, okay, on my own. So again, I know I'm using the sine law here because I have the angle of B and I have this opposite side as well, okay? So the angle and the opposite side must be given, and that's how I know I'm using the sine law rather than the cosine law, okay? So what we're going to do here is again just write out the ratio. Maybe we'll just write it on the bottom here. Okay, I want to use the angle B and the side B, okay? So we're going to write 2.5, okay, which is side B, divided by the sine of angle B, so sine 44 degrees. Everyone's good? And that equals to, again, I'm looking for side A here, so it's going to be A divided by sine of A, which is angle A, so which is 62 degrees. All right, so that's all we're doing here. Again, I just want to cross multiply this. Okay, so I'm looking for A, so I'm going to do A equals 2.5 times sine 62, like this. Okay, and then you have to divide it by the third side. Okay, so we're going to divide it by sine 44 degrees. Okay, so very simple calculation here. I'm going to put it into my calculator. So 2.5 times sine 62. Make sure you press the equal sign in between. Divided by sine of 44. Okay. And usually if the question doesn't say anything, you should be rounding it to the nearest tenth. Okay, so we're going to put 3.2 centimeters. Okay. Okay, and in this case, it does say find the length of the indicated side in each triangle to the nearest tenth of a unit. Okay, so make sure you're just watching the rounding. Okay, in this case. All right, everyone's good there? Okay, so with that, in this last example, what we're going to do, okay, is maybe just find the angle, okay? We're finding the measure of the angle. So I won't make it too big here. Okay, so this is triangle X, Y, Z. Okay, so just like I said, it does not have to be an ABC triangle. Okay, so I'm going to give you some values here. 65 degrees, 17 millimeters. Okay, and the base is 13 millimeters. Okay, and what we are looking for is basically this angle Y. Okay, so again, this is capital Y. This is going to be small y here. This is capital X, and this is going to be small x. Okay, so you can always like exaggerate some of your letters here as well, okay, as you're solving it. So I notice again, I have angle X, and I have the opposite side, which is side X, okay? So I know we're using the sine law here. We're going to do 17, which is side X, divided by sine of angle X, okay, which is 65 degrees. Everyone see that? And then it's going to be equal to side Y, which is 13 millimeters, and then over sine of Y. Okay, and this is angle Y. So again, we are going to just cross multiply this. So I'm going to put sine Y equals, okay? So it's basically just the same thing here. We're going to do 13. Okay, and I'm going to times it by sine 65 degrees. And then you're going to divide it by this third side, which is 17. Okay, make sure you don't put sine of 17 here. It's just 17. So 13 times sine 65 on your calculator equals, we're going to divide it by 17. So you should get like a decimal here. So I'm going to put sine Y equals 0.693. Again, make sure you're watching in terms of the rounding. Okay, I always just like use the whole number on my calculator when I do that. And we're putting -1 on top, okay? Which means what you're doing is you're going to press the second function on your calculator. Okay, so I'm just going to show you my calculator for a second. Okay, so we're pressing second function. Okay, because this is the sine law, you're pressing second function, sine. Okay, and I notice what we're getting here is 43.9. Okay, and I just want to round that for y, and I'm going to put 44 degrees. And that's what angle Y is here. Okay, does everyone see that? Okay, and notice I wrote down 0.693, but on my calculator, I just used the whole value and I just pressed second function sine because this is the sine law. Okay, so you notice there'll be questions where you're solving for the side, okay, like we did here. Okay, and the first example. And this last example, we were actually solving for the angle. Okay, and so this angle Y is 44 degrees. Okay, and notice if I'm looking for like say angle Z now, I don't even need to do the sine law again. I'm just going to subtract 44 degrees and 65 degrees from 180. Okay, and that will give you angle Z. Does everyone see that? Are there any questions? All right, so that looks good. And if there are no questions, that does bring this video to an end. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and I will see everyone next time. Thanks. Bye.